Shabbat Shalom. Our Parsha describes a number of Abraham's journeys, including his most important journey, his journey to the land of Israel after he heard the words, Lech, Lecha. Abraham normally travels always with a sense of purpose and direction. But just after God promises Abraham that the land will be for him and his descendants, Abraham undertakes a journey that seems to be without a clear destination in mind. God tells Abraham at that point to get up and traverse the length and breadth of the land. But where was Abraham going then? What was he doing? The Hiskuni says that Abraham had to traverse the land at that point because he had to stake a claim to it. But God had already promised Abraham the land. So what sort of claim was he making? God had promised Abraham the land, but in order to really take ownership over it, in order to feel a sense of ownership over it, Abraham had to involve himself with the land. He had to see the land. There are many communities that we belong to, many identities that we have. Many of these identities come to us in sort of a passive way. We're born into a community. We're born as citizens of a nation. We're born as members of the Jewish people. It's possible to go through life and simply think of these things as identities that we inherit, communities that we belong to because our parents or grandparents did. Just like Abraham inherited the land of Israel in a sense from God. God gave it to him and asked at that point very little from Abraham. But in order to feel a sense of ownership over it, we have to involve ourselves with these identities. We have to involve ourselves with these communities. Like Abraham, it's not enough just to be given a claim to something to inherit the land. Instead, we have to traverse it and take ownership over it for ourselves. Shabbat Shalom.